When it comes to Onision, the problems, they just keep compounding with new issues arriving almost daily. I mean, recently, as you can see here, we're talking in the last week, Onision lost his Instagram, with people going in and mass reporting it. This isn't the first thing that Onision has lost either, and it won't be the last thing, I'm sure. I mean, if you look at the headline in front of you here, for example, in November of last year, Patreon, it went the way of the dinosaur too. Why? Well, you can see the allegation in front of you, but also because of all of the attention. Now, the newest chapter in this is media involvement, and I know that we've had some stories here and there popping up, some international ones talking about it, but nothing like you see in front of you. I mean, this is the kind of thing that people like Onision should dread. So hey there. So today I want to return to that wonderful world of Onision coverage, and I want to tell you about this new chapter here, plus again, I want to tell you what exactly happened with Instagram. Before we cover that, too, I want to make sure that people understand that I am not advocating for the flagging of anything. Quite the opposite. I mean, like the post in front of you says here, that Instagram had 350,000 followers attached to it. It was taken down. This is not their screenshot to note with that, but you can see in front of you that people, they went out, they decided to take this down, and you have to ask, why exactly would they do that? I think the best answer to that is in the increased spotlight that you see with media coverage. We're going to be talking about the Daily Beast article in this, but I wanted to give you an overview to showcase how many articles have been popping up, how many people are seeing this. And you know, it's not just one community built around one thing that is seeing this. It's not just YouTubers that are seeing these articles. This stuff, it goes way outside of YouTube. It goes worldwide, in fact, as I noted in another video. And when this stuff, it starts getting that type of coverage, of course there's going to be ramification. Now, the reason that I picked this article in particular is because of the circulation or the volume that the Daily Beast gets. It gets quite a bit, no matter what you think about them, and I do not have a high opinion of the Daily Beast. And also, this article, it came out 2 days before the Instagram went down. As you can see in posts like this in front of you, if you look at the date here, this notes February 19th, 2020, and again the article February 17th, 2020. That is not to say that there are not numerous venues that would actually lead people to say, hey, that guy out there, yeah, we need to remove him. But when you again look at the circulation to that, you look at all of the people that actually do see this, I think that this kind of stuff has a resounding impact, and especially in what it's saying, as we'll look at here. Now, this article starts out by introducing those ideas, telling you about Chris Hansen, about the size of his YouTube channel, and about the in-depth investigation that he's doing into this one specific person and all of the folks that have been pulled into that. Then it segues into police involvement, including the fact that the Daily Beast has actually confirmed that the Sheriff's Department is in contact with specific accusers out there, as noted in the following. In an interview published on Hansen's YouTube channel on January 29th, 2020, Ed Troyer of the Pierce County, Washington Sheriff's Department said that his department is in the process of gathering information on Onision, which will then be handed over to the prosecutor's office. A source confirmed to the Daily Beast that the Sheriff's Department has been in contact with Onision's accusers. Addressing alleged, you can see that word. Man, I hate not being able to list words in this too, but Troyer continued, "We want them to know that there is a detective assigned, that they are working with other agencies. The prosecutor's aware that this is going on. We're continuing to put stuff together and feed it to the prosecutor, and when the time's right, we would like to do what we can to put an end to this." Hansen has stated on multiple occasions that he has been in contact with the FBI officials in regard to Onision. The FBI could not confirm or deny the existence of an investigation, citing Department of Justice policy. Onision petitioned for an order. Then it gets into specific accusations, telling you exactly what Onision has been accused of, saying that this guy, he has a brand of alleged, we'll call it activities. You can see the word there, and it's just the latest co-option of body positivity, which has devolved from radical movement to woke marketing tactic to grooming device. There are a number of online creators who appear to exhibit similar patterns of this too, they note, initiating relationships with younger fans under the guise of fostering body positivity. Now, after that are droves of accusations, and you can look through the article and see that they include Shiloh, they include Billy, all of these people you can listen to in depth if you want, but the person I want to cover here is Sarah. So Sarah first encountered Onision on YouTube, where he made videos about teenage stuff that really spoke to her. She started tweeting with Onision and Kai and says she received the first private message from Kai when she was 14. Hi, Sarah. How old are you? At one point, Sarah says Kai told her that he had shown a picture of her 14-year-old self to Onision, who thought she was cute. Let me note, by the way, that Kai identifies as he, so the wording to this might be confusing. Sarah was in a very bad place in her life at the time and told the Daily Beast that she looked up to the couple like they were going to help me. And they didn't. Beginning September 2016, when she was 16, Sarah lived with the couple for months at the time. Her former legal guardian gave Kai power of attorney over the teenager, Sarah confirms. So, this couple, they're not only living with them, they're not only going to develop relationships with them, but they also have power of attorney. So it was finalized like a week after I moved there, she told the Daily Beast. Publicly, Sarah continued, Greg would say, oh, we're like foster parents to her, or I view Sarah as a little sister. She now categorizes Onision's behavior toward her as, and you can see that word there. Kai allegedly told Sarah that Onision had once attempted to cheer him up after falling out with Billy by saying, we can't wait for Sarah to turn 18. And Sarah was 15 at the time. Now, beginning when she was 16, Sarah says, she would occasionally lay in bed and cuddle with the couple. Onision would do little things when no one else was looking, like running his hands up my back at dinner or saying things like, as soon as Kai left the room, telling me that he wanted a hug, but he didn't want to be creepy. I'd been doing research and learning a lot, and I now understand that they were getting me accustomed to physical touch. According to Sarah, this behavior escalated once she turned 17. So from there, it goes into what exactly transpired. And I'll let you read this. I will link it in the description for you. I'm not going to go through everything in this. In that, like I said, you can look at that yourself. Now, couple those discussions with discussions of the now-defunct Onision forums, Onision XYZ, where they talk about this being a feeding ground for specific types of body-positive material that came from, you can see that here, 11 to 17-year-olds, and you can see what kind of message is being cultivated and sent out, not just to people familiar on YouTube, but to people everywhere saying, this guy is out there, this guy is doing harmful things, and well, doesn't something need to be done? Now, the results of articles like that and accusations like that is Onision has become universally reviled, and when someone's universally reviled, well, you start seeing things like this. Onision banned from Instagram, and you can see what kind of a coordinated effort this was. Quite a few users that got together, they decided to remove him, and again, I am not encouraging that in any way. There are ways that you can report behavior to the police, and in fact, taking down something like this, it might actually lead to Onision being able to hide specific types of behavior. Now, this kind of move has actually transpired in the past, as I was saying, with people trying to remove the guy from different platforms, with Patreon actually ending up removing him too. At the time of reporting of that too, you had 563 patrons, and if you're looking at the amount of money that was being made with about that number of patrons, he was probably making close to $2,500 to $3,000 a month, so that revenue stream was removed. I wonder now, with more and more media involvement, how the channel will fare. What exactly will give? Will we see increased police presence as this stuff escalates and as more and more people see this? I mean, like I noted in the past, there are articles coming out worldwide, talking about Onision, talking about Chris Hansen, and using the word criminal. See, people know Chris Hansen. They know what he gets involved in, even if they've never seen the show. And YouTube, they become synonymous with that. Also, it looks like police, they're dragging their feet worldwide. And they don't like that. So really, when it comes down to it, do you think increased exposure will continue to remove and will continue to accelerate? Because I certainly do. But anyway, give me your thoughts on this. Let me briefly say, too, thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. I don't want to monopolize your time, but I sincerely want to thank you for showing up. You can go out, you can watch anything, but you show up here. If you want to sub, you want to share stuff, that's fine. But spending your time is valuable. Not enough people thank you for it. So thank you, and we'll be doing this again soon.